name is Sarah Scully and I'm the founder of XOXkit, and today I'm taking you through the macrame hanger and artificial terrarium kit that was sent out. So we're going to go through the hanger first. What you would have been given in your kit is 15 meters of string, a split ring, wooden beads, scissors, tape measure, please use a tape measure, and rubber bands, and of course tape. So what you want to do is take your 15 meter length and you're going to cut two 30 centimeter pieces. Please measure them out because everything that you cut equals to 15 meters. Once you've got those two 30 centimeter pieces cut, put them to the side. Don't worry about taping them off. Once you use the rest of the string to cut your 1.8 meters, make sure that you use your washi tape to cover the ends so that they don't fray and make them a little bit easier to work with. So what you'll have is a lot of string, but you'll have 8 pieces. I've just got some smaller pieces so it's a bit easier to manage. You're going to then slip your ring over the end of all of them and you're going to bring it into the halfway mark. Fold your string over. That's going to be your hanging point. And you've then got 16 pieces of string to work with. You might want to anchor this to something if you can. I've got an S hook here that I'm going to anchor to the end of the desk, but if you've got a safety pin you can pin it to your pants or a blanket, or it's good to have some tension in it. So to secure these pieces of string you're going to use one of your 30 centimeter pieces to do a wrap knot. I'll quickly show you a wrap knot now. I've actually got a different coloured piece of string to show you. So what you want to do is loop the top, and you're then going to wrap this around as tightly as you can. I'm not doing it too tightly right now because I'm going to need to undo it in a second. Once you get to the end, you feed it through your loop, like so, pull it tight, and then you pull this top bit as tight as you can, and that's going to make a really nice top wrapped knot. Here's one that I've done earlier, which is nice and tight. Undo that so I can use this piece again. So once you've done the wrap knot, underneath that you're then going to split your pieces of string into 4 groups of 4. So 4, 4, and 4. You're going to have a lot of string everywhere, so we've provided some rubber bands for you if you wanted to tie some of that string up. So just tie them up individually just so that they're out of the way. You want to leave about 30 centimeters for you to work, and you'll just undo the rubber bands as you get further down your hanger. So with your 4 pieces of string you're then going to start doing square knots. So I'll quickly show you the basics of square knots. I'm just going to use different colour string again just so it's easier for you to see. I'm just going to tape these to the desk as well so I've got a little bit of tension. So you can have your 2 filler strings in the middle. They don't do a huge amount. You've got your lead string on one side and it's always going to lead. You've got your follow string on the other side and it's always going to follow. So what you want to do is your lead string is going to go over, your follow string is going to go over your lead, under your filler, and under your lead again. That's half the knot done, so just pull it tightly. Again, your lead string is leading, it's going to go over, your follow string is going to go over, and then under the fillers and under the lead string. So over, over, under, under, pull it tight again. So that's a full knot there. I'll just do another one, over the top, under the fillers, under the lead. Pull it, again, leading string, over, over, under, under, pull it tight. Try and keep the same tension in your knots as you can. So for example, this is one that was done earlier. Pull it tight, but don't pull it too tight. So once you've done 5 to 8 centimeters of these from the wrap knot, you're then going to move on to the next group of 4, do 5 to 8, next 4, 5 to 8, so on. Once you've done all of that, what you're going to do is take one of your wooden beads and you're going to feed it over your fillers. They're going to hold the wooden bead for you. What you're then going to do is do another square knot underneath to secure it. Same knot, just one of them underneath. As you can see, here's one that's done earlier. So the bead's been fed, fillers are there, there's another knot underneath it. So once you've done that and you've secured all of your beads, you're then going to want to move about 10 centimeters down, and you're going to separate your groups of 4 again. So you're going to take, just feed these back in through here. So you're going to take group of 4 there, group of 4. So what you're going to do is you're going to take 2 from each group of 4, and you're then going to do a square knot within there. So make 2 the fillers, 1 the lead, 1 the follow, do another square knot, and same on. So from another group take 2, from another group take 2, another square knot. Try and keep them even across the hanger if you can, and then you're going to repeat that 2 more times. So another 10 centimeters down, or 5 to 10 centimeters down, do another knot, 5 to 10. You want to try and measure with your terrarium to see how it fits. But we measured about 10 centimeters and it seemed to work with that size terrarium. Once you've done that, you want to do another wrap knot at the bottom. This is one we did earlier. You can see where it's been cut off at the top and the bottom. And then you're going to have probably a bit more than this string coming out the bottom. Now it's up to you whether you want to trim it off, or whether you want to fray it a little bit, or whether you want to put tape on the end and keep it tight, or alternatively you can singe the ends with a lighter and that will seal them so they don't fray everywhere. So that's our hanger project. The next one is the terrarium. This one's a lot quicker to do and perfect for me because I managed to kill all the plants in our house one by one. So you would have received in your kit 5 bags of items to go in. Your fake plant, because we cannot send real plants through the mail, and your terrarium. Your terrarium will be a circular one, similar to this one, rather than one that comes up the top. What you'll need from your own home is a spoon and a little bit of water. So what we're going to do is start with the bigger stones. You're going to make a layer down the bottom. Next is your activated charcoal. This is charcoal that's been heated extremely high. So you're going to pop a layer of this in. You can probably be a bit more neater than I am. And if your coal's in really big chunks, you can break it down a little bit. What this does in a real terrarium is it absorbs all the odours that might come out if you're using real plants. So once you've got that layer in, you're then going to put the sphagnum moss in. This retains water. So again, for a real plant in a real terrarium, perfect. Because this is artificial, it's there to look good and to teach you. So I'm going to put that in nice and neat, obviously neater than I'm doing right now. And then if you're putting the artificial plant in, you'll just need the sand. But if you want to put real plants in, which I highly recommend you do, you'll need soil. But for the moment, we'll pop the sand in extremely neatly again. The sand's basically there to just hold the plant in. Squash it down a little bit so we can fit that plant in. Now you've got your little artificial plant. You may need to bend the end up depending on how much you've put in. I think I've put too much in, so I probably won't need to bend it up. Oh, I probably should have. Oh well. Oops. So I suggest bending the end when you put it in. And the last layer is to decorate it with these white stones. So you can be a little bit more neat than I am when you put your stones in. You've also got a little mushroom that you can put into to decorate it if you like. I'm just going to fold this up so it fits in a little bit better. There we go. Oh, beautiful. And then neatly place your white stones in for decoration. Oh, beautiful. If you've made a mess like I have, you can wipe down the inside of your terrarium. If you're also having a bit of trouble with your artificial plants sticking in there, You can actually use a little bit of water to put in to make the sand a little bit easier to hold it. I suggest using a spoon to put it in. You probably should use a spoon to put everything in so it's a bit neater, but I'm rushing here. So just place a little bit of water in. It's also a good idea if you put a real plant in there to either use a teaspoon or a little mister when you want to water them. Just place a little in there. And that's it. Whoops. Don't forget to hashtag your creations. We're looking forward to seeing what you do with this one, and we've also attached a fact sheet with what plants will grow really well in your terrarium, and also some macrame follow-on projects. Thank you.